Hi there. So you're a small business owner based in South Africa, and you're looking at the option of getting a small website for your business. And you're probably wondering the difference between WordPress versus Wix or other similar types of platforms, right? There's so many options. It can be confusing and overwhelming, and kind of leave you in information overload. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is I just want to clarify the difference between these two, simply because I get this question a lot. Say what's the difference between the two platforms? Which one should I go with? So what I like to do is I'd like to give you all the information. Kind of like the logical information that you need to make a decision as a business owner, and to think long term about your option, really. Okay, so we're going to start first with the obvious. So let's say pricing. Let me just quickly do that. Okay, so pricing with regards to WordPress versus Wix is technically pretty much the same price in terms of your hosting of the platform. So, for example, what do I mean? Okay, so Wix for a small business, okay, you're looking at $4.50. So at the current rate, that's around 66 Rand per month. Yeah, 66 Rand per month for hosting, which is affordable, right? And then that's for a small business website, no e-commerce, etc. If you want e-commerce, in other words, an online store, you're selling product, then you're looking at $17 per month as a basic, at the entry level, which is pretty competitive as well, right? Because what I do is, with regards to WordPress, obviously WordPress itself is free. You just have to pay for hosting. And this is the local hosting company that I suggest to all my clients, just because their 24-hour live chat support is phenomenal. They're fantastic. Okay, so again, so you'd pay 66 Rand per month for hosting, right? And remember, your WordPress is free with this. And then that's for a small business website. And then, of course, if you want an e-commerce website, let's say over 200 products, then you're looking at something like this, right? But the nice thing about this one is that for 66 Rand per month, you're getting 5 gigs worth of storage. Remember, all hosting is it's essentially storage of your website files on the internet. Okay, so yeah, you get 5 gigs, and on the Wix one, you're getting only 500 megabytes. That's like 10 times less, right? So that's something to consider. Okay, depending on the size of your website and all kinds of things. But this is where that's pretty much as far as people or business owners think. It's just price. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, the main benefit of Wix is obviously simplicity. Simplicity, DIY. You can do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can spend that $4.50 a month, and you can do it yourself, and it's very easy and everything else. Okay, so in terms of, these are the 3 factors that people aren't aware of. So ownership. Right. So the thing about WordPress is that you own the platform, right? So, for example, what do I mean by that? So, yeah, you're paying for hosting, right? 66 Rand per month, and you connect a WordPress to it, and you build your site, etc. Now, if anything happens with this hosting company, let's say, for example, they got a business, or they up their prices, or their servers are down, and you aren't happy with their service or whatever, you can just move host. You just take your website and you just move it to another hosting company. Okay, simple. Which gives you flexibility and ownership of your platform. With regards to Wix, this is a privately owned business, privately owned company, right? So everything's tied into their platform. So if their servers are down, you down. All the websites are down. If they decide to up their prices to 50% higher next year, or whatever, then you just have to kind of adhere to it. You just need to adapt to that, which gives you less flexibility. You're tied into the platform. You can't just move your website to another hosting company. It doesn't work that way. Wix is with Wix. That's it, right? So there's less flexibility, and you're tied into the platform, which for me, it's like that's the equivalent of having a business, physical business, and kind of like borrowing space in somebody's business. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's smart. I think it's smarter to own your platform, always. Own your assets, basically. Okay, so that's one. So there, with ownership, WordPress is the better option to go with. SEO. So here's the thing. SEO. Just to brief you, search engine optimization is basically the act of having the search engines recognize what your website is about, and because if you have a website and it's not optimized correctly, the search engines like Google aren't going to know what it's about, and then it's just not going to show high in Google. Simple as that, over time. But now, with regards to WordPress, it's completely search engine friendly if the person that's developing your site knows what they're doing, right? And with regards to Wix, you just don't stand a chance. Just because the way Wix is created and the coding that's in behind the scenes of Wix, it prevents the search engine from really reading what the website is about, which means you're screwed. I mean, sorry, you don't have any chance with SEO. Okay, so the better option there is WordPress. SEO just means showing higher in Google over time, and again, WordPress is the better option there. Then again, in terms of DIY, Wix would be your best option. If you want to do it yourself and you just want a website for the sake of having a website, then Wix is the option. But don't expect results from it. That's my point. Okay. And then of course, if you're going to outsource, I mean, there's options there. You can develop a WordPress site yourself. Obviously, you'd have to just go online, YouTube, and try and figure it out, or you can outsource it to a WordPress developer, designer, and they can do it for you. Okay. Now there's three. So that's the platforms, right? So whichever platform you decide to go with, it means nothing if you don't have these three things in place, which I'm going to show you now. Okay. So these three things are always completely overlooked. People think that let's just get the cheapest possible design, or let's just throw up a website and just put our information on there. And then they come to me or wherever and they're complaining groups saying in certain Facebook groups and that, why is my website not performing? What is wrong? Why am I not getting calls? Why am I not getting booked, scheduled for quotes? Or why am I not getting sales on my online store? And these are the three things that they lack, okay, and they miss completely. And this is in the order of importance, okay? So it basically leads to the next one. So in other words, planning is everything. Right? Without planning, you've got to, what is that saying? You've got to measure twice, cut once, right? So planning is critically important. I see it time and time again. You know what I mean? Because planning determines everything else, okay? And there's specific questions that you need to answer. You need to sit down, okay, which I can give you. I can give you those questions for free. And you sit down and you actually write it out, get it out of your brain dump onto a piece of paper, take your time with it. This is your business, right? And you actually get that planning down, okay? And if you want a free planner, just go to my website. I'll show you here. See if I can add the link somewhere on this video, but you just go to Align Designs.co.za, it's my website, and free website planner. And you can download the planner for free. It's a Google Doc, okay? Google Sheet, sorry. And you just follow the questions and you just write it out as detailed as possible. You can use that wherever you choose to go and build your website, whether it's yourself or you hire somebody else to do it or whatever, you come to me, whatever. That's your blueprint for your website. It's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and it's going to prevent a lot of frustrations, and it's going to help with long-term results. The second thing that you need in place is high converting design. Okay, so again, I do a lot of these reviews of websites because they often say, no, there's issues with my website, what's wrong, and most of the time it's a design that's not designed to convert. In other words, you can spend money on Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, whatever you want, and you can send people to your website. It means nothing if the design of the website is not optimized to convert people from cold traffic, people that come to your website for the first time, and to become something, an email lead, a customer, call you for a quote, whatever it is your business is, right? And that comes down to obviously what they call UX, user experience. They call it a bunch of things, but this is to keep it simple. User experience, how they experience your website. Okay, and obviously this takes a bit of knowledge and experience, which, I do cover in some of my videos on my website and on my YouTube channel. You can check. So traffic, the next step is obviously traffic. My clients that I've got e-commerce websites that do the best are the ones that understand this. They've done the planning. We've built a high converting design website, and now they work on the traffic side of things. So, or I help them. So you've got things like influencers. It depends on your business. If it's an e-commerce business, it's normally influencers or YouTube ads. Like this is a YouTube ad. You're watching this video because it's a YouTube ad, or Google ads, right? Or even Facebook ads, but that's becoming a bit sticky. But anyway, depends on your brand, or you could be investing in SEO. It just depends on what you are doing to get traffic to your website, right? But the point is that you need to understand these three factors. It's more important than the actual platform, right? I do suggest WordPress though, simply because of the ownership, the SEO factor. And also scalability. You can scale a WordPress website as far as you want to go. right? So that's that. Get your free website planner. I hope this has helped you to decide or clarify, options to go for. And I know it might sound a bit biased, but there's a reason why after 5-6 years of doing this, why I choose WordPress. It's just the best solution for my clients. But get your free website planner, start there. And if you need any help, just contact me. You'll see in the planner, there's my contact details, and reach out to me and we can chat about your website.